Hey, Justin! I'm gonna play the music now.
That's great to know.
5, 4... I'm playing it right.
You son of a bitch!
Every time with this, dude. Every time. Oh, what's up, ladies and gents? What did you pull out of your? What did you actually pull out of there, Chris?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Oh, whatever. It's all good. Welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode of Clock to Draw, the weekly show all about Weiss Schwarz.
What's going on?
My name is Joel.
I'm more comfortable about that thing down there, though. I can tell you that.
My name is Joel. I have Sam Skyping in from a bunker in Afghanistan. Sam, thanks for joining us during your tour of duty.
You're welcome. You know, it was hard.
Sam, are you calling
Just
from
like me.
Are you calling us from like a 1983 fax machine right now?
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
It's actually a fax machine and a printer combo, so, you know, screw yourself.
Dude, that's next gen, bro. That's.
Dude, where did you find that? Like a museum?
He's calling from the
Actually, I found it
Smithsonian.
at an antique store that specializes in 1800s, so screw yourself. Get out of here. Nobody asked
Yeah,
you.
well, my chair's from Office Max. Use it. Office Max.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, my chair is from the neighbor next
No
door.
one cares, Justin.
Oh.
I think I just woke the baby up.
Oh,
I'm actually calling
nice.
from. I'm actually calling from my sister-in-law's house. And
Wait, you didn't think about that? Wait, what? Guys, I think I'm not sure, but I think you're calling for someone's house.
No, seriously,
No,
guys.
I meant. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Seriously, guys, I'm actually broadcasting from California again. That's why you can't see my awesome anime shit in the background, because
Yeah.
back in Cali again.
Yep. I want to point this out. It's hilarious that usually Justin's choppy with his internet. Now he's got fine internet, and now Sam's like a slideshow.
You know, I felt bad about, you know, Justin being, you know, he was being kind of a little biatch last week, so I just figured, you know, send him my vibes.
So
I was being the bitch. Dude, no, I was being the. You're the one who fucking harassed me about going to the goddamn bathroom.
I think someone should probably tell the story quick. So as
I
soon
want to
as
tell it. Can I tell it?
I'll set you
Can
up.
I
I'll
tell
set you up.
Tell it.
I'm gonna set you up, Sam.
Okay.
So as soon as we cut, we sit and talk a little bit after the show. As soon as we cut, Justin was like, "I gotta pee," right? And then
So he goes to the bathroom, and he comes back, and I'm like, "Bro, did you wash your hands?" Because like I'm get grossed out by people who don't wash their hands when they go to the bathroom, and he comes back like really quick, like super quick, like that was a quick pee, like holy crap, right? So then Chris and Joel are making like, you know, masturbation jokes, like, oh, that was quick, like whatever,
No.
you know. And I'm
What?
sitting over, I'm over here sitting like, bro, did you wash your hands, like whatever. He's like, yeah, dude. And I'm trying to, and while I'm explaining why I asked him that, he's like he got all heated. He was like, bro, dude, my bathroom's right there. Like, he just like got all mad, and it's like, I
I don't remember who it was, but
Outside my torch of the night.
it was either Chris or I that was like, "Dude, that was fast," right?
No, it's only me. I was making
Yeah,
an
no,
investigation.
one of them was
right?
like-
wow, dude, that was
One of
really
them was like,
fast.
dude, that was super fast. And I'm like, just shut the fuck up. My bathroom's like 20 feet away. Why wouldn't you be fast?
He was all super mad about it. He's like, "Dude, like, come on, man." And of course, it all went to Sam too, which was the funniest
Yeah.
part about it. He's like, "Sam,
No, I was
dude."
irritated for taking a piss. I was irritated for taking a piss. That would be a little bit annoyed.
That was absolutely phenomenal. And
The
yes,
next time you're taking a piss, I'm just going to bust down the bathroom door and interrogate your ass, asking you why you're taking a piss and why you're not hurrying up.
No, Justin, that's not the. Justin, do you wash your hands?
No shit, Sherlock.
No, it's because you wash them, right?
Shut the fuck up, Chris. Just shut up.
I believe Orion said it best. That was a piss poor performance. Nice.
Yeah.
I know. I was hoping someone would do that. Thank you. Thank you so much for
So
that.
you and Zach would get along just great because you guys are both trolls and you guys both like puns.
Zach, I would love to have you on the show, buddy.
Oh my god. Yeah.
He's actually in the other room.
Really? Go get
really?
go bring him on for
I'm
the
at
end
his
of the
house
show.
right now.
Go bring him on for the end of the show. I want to talk to this dude.
Yeah. It is May 4th, 2014.
May the 4th be with
here in
you.
the cards. May the 4th be with you.
not
It's
worth
gonna
it.
be May.
Dude, my math is right there.
For
My bathroom is right fucking there.
yeah. Well, mine is. Well, I'm not at home, but like, it is May 4th, 2014 here on Cards in Hand Twitch for your Sunday Night Show Cloud Draw all about Weiss Schwarz, as Joel said.
I already said that.
That is Joel. I am Sam. There's Chris and our weekly guest.
And there's the guy who's gonna rob Justin of his virginity.
He got up quick as shit. He was like, I'm running in there right now. What's up, man?
I totally saw. I totally was listening to you in the other room, and as soon as you said,
I know, his son's voice is highly attractive too. Did you hide your erection too?
Dude,
a
so,
little bit.
dude, is our bathroom right fucking there?
Yeah, our bathroom is.
Like, is it
Right,
like,
but-
let me get this straight. Is it right there or is it right fucking there? Because
It's right fucking there. I got a
Right
witness.
fucking there.
Witness.
you watch
witness
you
my
go,
bathroom.
you have
Your
people.
bathroom.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Before I say our bathroom,
It's basically the family bathroom.
that's
so
that's kinky.
Zach, can you just lean in closer to him, like, slowly? Until it gets really creepy for him. He's like, dude, come on, stop, man. Like, bro, knock it off.
I lived with him for 2 years.
You've been with him. Oh, I didn't know you had that kind of relationship. Okay.
Can you gently,
Hey, Chris.
can you
shut the
gently
fuck
blow
up.
into his ear? Can you go right into his ear for me?
What is this? Fuck with Justin hour?
Yes.
Abandon all Weiss talk and fuck with Justin for the next hour.
Yep. I like this.
Yeah.
This is good.
Just,
Well, all right. If I'd have known you were going to be in the show, I would have
Oh my
given you
God.
your own bottom, your lower third. All right, guys.
Wally,
First
mess with
off,
him in chat.
I have to give my bro of the week right away. I'm just going to get this out of the way immediately.
Go ahead.
So,
Thanks, Zach.
thanks, Zach. So,
Bye, have a
Henry.
great time. Don't get AIDS without me.
By the way, just saying that trolley level 1, you didn't tell him, right? From last week?
Oh, no,
Oh, yeah,
no.
he told us.
I didn't tell him what card it was.
Okay.
Did not.
Not on that note.
On that note. So
Yeah.
Henry's up at the shop tonight, and I'm like, dude, you should buy me an early birthday present, right? And he was like, okay, let's do it right now. And I'm like, seriously? So he bought me a box of SAO2 tonight, and I am
Nice.
currently 2 for 3 on the signs out of 3 boxes. I got the sign tonight.
Nice job.
Pretty happy about that, actually.
I told you, man, it was the one right below it.
You were right too. Of course, I wanted the Asana sign, but whatever, Chris.
Whoa, cry me rivers.
Whatever, man.
I try my best, dude. I gotta
So-
get my close.
So, what you guys got any polls or news? What's going on?
Yeah, I got
What
a
you guys
poll.
play this
I have
week?
a dice wrapped in tape.
That's not as good as mine. Sorry. That's my poll for the week.
Justin is probably still waiting on his Kill a Kill boxes.
No, I acquired another one of these.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Kill doesn't come out until later this month. So
Yeah.
But you didn't buy anything else. You just went on stuff.
I'm waiting on 5 boxes of Kill. Dude, I can't afford to buy anything else. $350,
Pretty much.
dude.
Damn.
Seems kind of worth it.
It does.
Actually, I don't know.
Or you could just
Yeah.
buy. Or you could just buy all the singles for a fraction.
I'm actually, you know what? I didn't buy anything. I was gonna buy some Pant Trigger today, but I did not get a chance to go to Level Up today. But Level Up Games, the shop where we play Weiss Schwarz at, sells singles starting with SAO2, and I want the Pants Trigger because I want to be able to stand up Kirito. Volume 1 Kirito. I know it seems like a bad ability, and a lot of people don't like it. It's not very good, but it's just fun for me.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why I built it. It just seems cool, like, because, you know, Kirito, he gets the fuck up, you know, like, that's why I thought
Right.
it was badass.
Right.
That's why I built the way,
Dude,
built it
his
the way
bathroom's
I
right
built
there. You
it.
need to get up and go, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chris actually helped me build it, so, I mean, I felt pretty confident when Chris helped me, so
Well, actually,
I was gonna buy those.
Actually, one of our friends too, who I finally beat, by the way. I want to point that out. Anyway, he was showing off he had like a proxy deck yesterday where he had both the level. He goes, I know there's a way to make this work, and ended up with he had both the level 3s in there, and he can actually stand like 5 times.
You can stand up to 5 times.
Up to 5 times per turn, and he actually pulled it off. I watched him pull it off too. Yeah. But he pulled it off. Yeah, exactly. Fear the Shy Guy just said it in chat. It was actually, he got him twice. It was actually pretty awesome.
That's crazy.
I know. That's pretty much exactly why.
Is there super like huge risk to doing that, or?
Yeah, if you don't win that, you're gonna lose. But
pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Okay.
Because
you
have
awesome,
yeah.
That's pretty sick.
It works.
That and they'll probably die before you even get to your 4 stands. So, it doesn't really matter. But
that's true. It's just overkill. It's fun to do, I think.
Well, it's fun to do, especially get all the climaxes out, thin out their deck, take that refresh damage.
Mm-hmm.
It
works.
That's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But yeah, dude. Fucking.
But yeah, no. 2, I demolished him. Actually, not really, but I beat him. But I demolished him. That's how I'm gonna tell the story from now on. I was at level 0 still. I just,
I slapped that dude silly.
I did.
Back and forth.
I took my hand and I just went right in his face a couple times. It was actually really funny.
With a double sleeve card, you were just like.
Yep. Absolutely. I did it to you. I did it to you as well. I think everyone at this point knows the level 3 Asuna that can be hilarious when you have more than one on the field.
Yeah. I don't
you
remember.
You never got against me though. You've only ever had 1.
Not against Sam. I had 2. Now I can have 3.
I don't remember if I said it last week, but I did get my red cards for robotics notes that Chris had been telling me to put in there. It's funny how 10 red cards, and adding a whole 3rd color in there makes that deck different. Like, being able to salvage and search for the stuff I need when I need it is... Damn. It's just way better.
Yeah.
Like, the ability to salvage changes that completely. But also the fact that I can change into the level 3 that salvages with the climax combo is pretty cool. So I can salvage stuff to set up my level 3 game.
Yep. And then when I play with my new SAO deck, every time you change, I just destroy it anyway.
Yeah. Well, shut the hell up. But like it's cool because I'm able to do that, salvage my level, set up my level 3 game. There has been more out of the time, I want to say 50% of the time, maybe even maybe 60% of the time, I'm able to get one of every level 3 out by my level 3 game.
Yeah, I did notice that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, dude, that's my report, I guess. I don't know.
So Justin, you got nothing.
No, not really. Just only stuff I've been doing is working on a deck for Neo Showdown.
Justin, you had one job to do.
And that was to get herpes, and you didn't get it.
You have 2 jobs to do. You didn't do it.
Do you have any reports, any crazy plays that you did, that you just rolled over something?
Nothing recently, but I can tell you about this one time I attacked somebody for 15 damage on one swing.
How'd you do that?
Are you serious?
Urza? Yeah, Urza from Fairy Tale.
Oh,
in fact, I've got the card right here. I'll show you.
Oh,
what do you know? It's right there at the top of the deck.
He had this planned. Come on. Yeah.
This Urza. Basically, she has pay 1 stock plus 1 soul, and then she has a climax combo that also adds 1 soul at plus 4k. So she was level 2 at 16,500 power. My opponent had no climaxes left, so I basically counted the number of cards left in his deck, and then I subtracted that much for my stock because I had a lot of stock.
Okay.
And so she hit for 15, and instantly took him to 5.
Oh, that's
5.
hilarious.
We kept going through the level ups even though he lost just for shits and giggles.
Right.
And he went to level 5. I'm 2.
That's amazing. I love that. And actually, you know what? Fear the Shy Guy just brought up the Lucky Star plus 50 soul card. Chris, you know how you have the anti-salvage, right? That minuses your soul damage.
Sure, yeah.
That is the only way that I can think of. That and what Justin just said to get around that.
Yeah, that's That's a report I have too. I did not know
That was
what
pretty
Kantai
funny.
cards did.
That was pretty
Me
funny.
and Chris were playing the video match, and I did not know what a lot of the Kantai cards did because I just don't give a crap. I just don't like Kantai. Or I guess I can't say I don't like it because I've never played like the actual like game, but I just like didn't care about the set, I guess. But I was playing against it, and there was that yellow card. It was anti-salvage. If I salvaged something, it was like -3 soul to the character, or just anything, right? Yeah. He had 3 of them on the field, 2 in the back. Yeah, 2 in the back, 1 in the front. So if I salvaged once with my salvage ability for my level 3 Frau, or Kona, whatever her name is,
you were minusing 9.
-9 soul. Yeah, I would have been -9. All my characters would have been -9 soul. So it sucks because I wanted to attack with her first and put the reversed character on top of the library and then attack with the other 2. But what I ended up doing was attacking with the other 2 first and then attacking with her last and then hitting for -9. Instead,
and then I believe
I could get some damage in it.
I believe I told you to just say screw it and even side attack as well. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, -12.
Right.
That was a fun match to watch, actually.
Yeah.
Speaking of minus soul, the new Shiroi from Log Horizon is actually pretty good.
Oh my god, that card!
Oh
that
yeah,
card's
yeah.
broke as hell. I don't
That
like him
card's
playing
crazy.
those cards, but that's pretty broke. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my dude, anti-burn damage and the ability to give minus soul, and it's a 1k assist per level. So good. And then the Akatsuki that they also revealed, the level 3 Akatsuki, is also really good. I'm actually really sad that I sold my Log Horizon deck like 3 days before these were announced, because now I want to build that series because the cards are really good.
They really
Like, really
are.
good.
I mean, from what we've seen, obviously. Those might be the only 2 cards that are good in the whole set.
Right.
But that's all you need. That's all you really
true.
need.
That's actually true.
That endgame, that level 3 game is so ridiculously powerful, you really don't need much else.
Right. That's true.
And the Akatsuki combos with the gate, so you're going to be playing the gate in your deck. So yeah, that's insane.
So I did not
Right.
read about the New York Neo Showdown finals. I actually didn't realize it was already here.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
honestly good.
geez, yeah.
But apparently it was Mono Red Miku versus Mono Red SAO. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. Okay. That's about all I got to say about that one. Makes sense. I mean, what else could there even possibly
I
be?
didn't even see that.
Me neither.
My dope ass deck that I'm working on that isn't fucking overrated.
What is
I
it?
think Justin is the only one of us that's competing in the Neo Showdown, right?
Probably, but that's just because I dropped the cards for it and I'm going to be at Expo anyways.
Sure.
Plus, I want to show up with the deck nobody's like expecting to see.
What are
try
you?
and take
What
the
are you
tournament
building,
because-
Justin?
I'm building a variant of Fate, and it's not even the common variant of Fate.
Okay. I was gonna guess Fate actually because it's you. Why wouldn't it be?
Dude, yeah, it's my favorite series of all time. But honestly, like I'm playing Fate, and I'm not doing like the standard Fate build, which is the green red build, the green red royalty deck.
Mhm.
No, my build's like entirely off the wall.
Okay. It could work. You never know, man. I wish. When is your Neo Showdown?
The day before the championships,
Really?
Really?
July 3rd or something like that.
Dang.
4th.
It's really late.
Chris, go fuck yourself.
Okay.
So last week, I think.
Wait, I want to give
Last week we were trying to.
Wait, I want to give a little shout out to One Tough Nerd because he gave me this tonight. Because I have yet to pull a third one of this. He gave me this. He offered me a fourth one. I said no, I didn't want to take that from him. But that was
Jeez,
One
yeah.
Tough Nerd. Thank you. And One Tough Nerd also, if you can take a screenshot of Sam's Afghanistan face and somehow make like a wanted poster out of it from the FBI, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. I'm pretty sure he's number 7.
That is your challenge for the night. Brian, you have homework, my friend. I don't even know if he's on right now, but
He's probably not even here.
if not, when you watch this later, that's your homework for this episode.
Make it a thing.
Make it a
Make
thing.
it happen.
Do it.
This
Get on
guy,
it.
this guy winning the event would be dope as hell, but I'm not gonna lie, as much as I love this guy, I'm a fake guy.
Yeah, I would love. I think I've said it a couple times before. I would love to see this guy in the Neo Showdown.
Yeah, dude.
But all
I
right,
wonder
yeah.
if those the prices of that level 3 card like skyrocketed or something.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But so
But,
last
yeah,
week
last
was,
week we were talking
yeah.
about. Okay.
No.
Exactly.
Well, I was gonna say because remember we were trying to figure out how that string switched completely from topic to topic, right?
Right. Yeah, we were talking about the Sigma of SAO, and you know, if you'd buy the set,
Yeah.
if it was an SAO, and it was
Right.
still just as good or bad or whatever. But it kind of switched into a topic about control.
It was all Justin's
Playing a
fault, by the way.
control.
Justin switched it.
Justin went to the bathroom and he washed his hands.
Yeah. So Justin was saying about how he likes to play Magic. I don't remember exactly now. I forgot how it switched, but I know that there's a turning point in the conversation. It was Justin brought up playing Control in Weiss, and we all had a little bit of a discussion about whether or not that's even possible. Justin, have you had time to think about it?
Yeah, I had time to. I thought about it way before I even met you guys. Yeah, I've been playing
No,
Control.
it was cool.
I think Control is in Wise for since I started playing this game. That's how I approach
Control is
gaming
cool.
as a whole.
Mhm.
So I truly think it is possible, and I think that people just don't know how to do it, or if they do know how to do it, they just don't take advantage of the opportunities that they can control or present. That present themselves when they're in the situation to control something. And yeah, it's not like Magic where you got hard control over your opponent, where you can lock them down and basically lock them out of all of their resources. But there is a large amount of control you can do in this game. And honestly, the deck I'm building for the Neo Showdown is quite an example of that. It's designed to be very controlling. So, because I don't think people expect it.
Then Audrey kind of, I mean, then Audrey in the chat room did say something about, there is because there's a balance in the game. Weiss Schwarz, in my eyes, is a pretty balanced game. Because there's an ample amount of luck, yes, there's an ample amount of skill, and Audrey was saying, I have to figure out and think in my mind and use like thinking skills and other skills to sway that balance to my favor. But then I kind of retorted, and Chris kind of retorted, and we said, any kind of card game where you have to touch something, it just seems too hard. In Weiss Schwarz, you're top checking something and putting it into a different zone, not on the field. And Chris said, Chris made a good point, like, oh man, it's so hard to top check something. Let's start over. Whatever.
Even when we were sitting there playing, we were just joking around, being like, "Watch how good I am at this game," and we would just flip over the top card, and yeah, it was a cancel.
Right.
It's like, wow, we're not good at it.
And then it got to a point like a casual versus skill kind of discussion, and Joel said that the card game Weiss Schwarz is very casual to him. Now, me and Joel and Chris, when we were bidding the other night, did get into a little bit of the discussion about other card games, how decision making plays a big role. Like why Joel himself doesn't enjoy, the kind of meta that Pokemon or Magic may have. It's not fun to him. You know what I mean? And I think that's how the whole meta discussion episode started and became a thing also.
Yeah.
Because the kind of the kind of card player.
There are more than one.
The
kind of troll that Joel is.
There you go.
But the kind of card player, tabletopper that Joel is, he likes a very balanced kind of card game. A lot of people, maybe a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players, competitive Yu-Gi-Oh players, competitive Magic players would think different, whatever, blah, blah. But, if I gave Joel, if we were talking about Magic, and I gave Joel a Tarmo twin deck, and I played a red, blue, white control deck, two decks that are very huge in the modern meta right now for Magic, he probably wouldn't have fun. just the kind of person he is.
Sure.
Maybe he would. I don't know. I don't know right now. He is open to me playing Pokemon with him though, so hopefully I'll get to do that with him soon. But it became that kind of discussion. It was just kind of weird.
I believe my exact quote was, "I know Weiss isn't like that because I play it. I don't play games that are super, crazy hardcore."
And then some people in chat kind of said that it's a disservice to call Weiss a casual game. It's a discredit to the balance that was built to the system in the rules and stuff like that. And I don't think that's how Joel meant it at all.
No, of course not.
Yeah, I think
it's still a game that requires thought and skill. I don't mean it.
Yeah, we're not saying it doesn't. Yeah, but I mean, I want to know because it might be interesting because I every card and every set does something different. But at somewhat they do the same things. So it's kind of like, which one is it? How do you play Control? Are there only certain sets that would do that if you could do it, or when you do it? I mean, I guess I just want to hear more from maybe Justin or how maybe other people in chat may feel about that.
Because
honestly,
yeah, go ahead.
Honestly, when you think of the idea of Control, you need to think. Okay, here's the best way I can describe it. When you think Control, especially in Weiss, Control is numerous things. Control is denial of resources. Not only denial of resources, Control is disruption. If you ever played Magic the Gathering, black is a very disruptive color, and that can be a form of control. I feel that you can be very disruptive in Weiss.
Yeah.
Maybe you can't directly affect your opponent's hand or something like that, or their stock, but you can disrupt what they have on the stage. That in itself is control. The ability to do that and to capitalize on that, that is control. And if you can continuously capitalize on that, you can have control of the stage, the main focus of this game. And when you have control of the stage, then you will have a greater chance of, maybe not canceling damage, but you will have a greater chance and an easier time of dealing with what your opponent has.
I don't know that that's like control. I mean, that's not just like, just doing your best and trying to win. I don't think that's really control. I mean, isn't the idea to kill things anyway, so I don't really think that's control.
Well, no, it's not just killing things. See, that's the thing. It's not just killing things. That's not what I mean. There's numerous effects that will allow you to change factors of the game. I mean, let's be honest. Such as, okay, so in my opinion, one version of control, one form of control is in the level 0 game. Now, I know this isn't exactly available to all series, but this is just an example. So this archer, for example, cannot be reversed by card effects. A common strategy at level 0 is bombs. Yes or no?
No, I use different things.
Wait, a common strategy in level 0 came in.
Typically, a lot of people in the English game are relying on bombs because they don't have a lot of more extravagant effects, yes?
Sure.
So when you have a card that is bigger than every other level 0 that cannot be reversed by bombs, you are inadvertently controlling that turn. You're controlling that part of the game.
You're controlling one slot on the stage. There's still 2 other ones, though.
Yeah, but if you have 3 of those out. But, so...
It doesn't work because it doesn't have to be by itself, so...
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the one turn you get of control, like let's say you're going first, the one turn of control you get from that can take you very far.
Unless your opponent cancels.
Well, if you're just going to come back with the... Okay, just listen. If you're going to come back with the whole retort of if your opponent cancels, then that's a stupid argument.
No, I know.
Cancel all games. So let's get here.
I know.
Like, I mean, I've got 6 cards in my hand right now. 6 cards in my hand right now that my Fate deck, I'm not saying it's the best Fate deck out there, but what I'm saying is that
matters.
It's these 6 cards that I use in the Fate deck are designed to control the game in some way, are designed to produce a certain outcome or influence the game in a certain way to disrupt my opponent's game plan. Okay, so they can't reverse with level 0s.
I still think the best way to do that though is to cancel damage though. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, no shit. I mean,
but
some of us
canceling
don't have the ability to
necessarily
do
control.
That can't really, canceling can't really be an argument against Justin here.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
it's not something that you can control.
It's funny because it can be because you can do it. It's just you can't.
It's a very
you can't guarantee it. How's that?
Put it this way.
Yeah, you can't.
Put it this way. I lost.
But is that a factor of control though? Being able to control it yourself.
Well, see, I was gonna bring up like the actual idea of board control, right? Because there's a such thing as a board advantage.
Yeah,
right?
that's an all-card game.
Well, right.
Yeah,
but,
board advantage, right?
But if you control the board, how is that not control? Is that kind of control?
Not well,
yes.
In a way, it is, but
No.
because Weiss Schwarz has set up the fact that you can still win even though your stuff isn't stronger than theirs, it's not really a big thing.
Mm.
So.
I don't know. See, because Weiss doesn't have any straight-up things that just say you cannot do this. They say you may do it, but you have to pay extra for it.
So to lay the whole cancel thing to rest, I gave up on canceling damage after I used my Memory Beat Fairy Tale deck to compress over 15 cards into the memory, and I got a refresh of 9 or 10 cards. 5 of them were cancels,
Yeah.
but they were all at the bottom in a row. And I died at level 3 with my deck being over 50% climaxes.
It's okay.
So,
Joel, I just started flipping. I'm like, dude, Joel, you can do whatever you want.
Yep.
I'm just gonna get damage. He's like, what? I'm like, no, watch this.
Right.
Yep.
And I just canceled everything.
That's right. You had
No.
That's right. Yep.
And
So,
I mean, we've
so-
talked about this. Go ahead, Chris.
I mean, you can control. I can say this controlling wise, but you can only really control what you do. You really, because there's so many different sets, there's so many different ways to play it, there's so many different people who play it, and there's so many different variables that you really can only control what you're doing for that one turn.
What about
You can influence what other people do, but you can't.
Yeah.
Can't really.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I was gonna say,
So
what?
you can say oh yeah, I got my 15k Arsenal for a turn and stuff like that. You kill their entire field, and then once their response, they put out level 0s and attack you and kill you.
What about a really super pumped up bodyguard?
Then they'll just ram their stuff and
Wow,
still do damage.
that's
Honestly,
true. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I must be really alone here whenever I state that I feel you can control and Weiss. I think I must be in the minority because it seems like most people are disagreeing with me, or they're not seeing.
I think most people are approaching it from a different point of view. We're not really.
Sure.
I don't know if I disagree with you. I guess I'm just seeing it a different way. But what Joel said just there might be a little thing too, like a really pumped bodyguard, and yes, just ram it, but you still have stage advantage as opposed to them
It's true,
suiciding all their
but
stuff
I mean, it doesn't really
or
matter.
siding for nothing.
Yeah.
They don't have to side for nothing.
Honestly-
It's self-frontal.
Well, yeah.
Honestly, I see Audrey's talking a lot in the chat.
Mhm.
I actually value her input a lot. Audrey, what do you think? I mean, is what I'm saying makes sense? I know we kind of think along the same lines. Do you think that there is control in this game, especially in the way that I'm trying to describe it? It's difficult to describe, and I don't know.
I think I know what
it's
you're getting.
you.
I think I know what you're getting at, and I understand that. But the thing is, what I'm arguing is that because there's so many different cards and different card effects, sure, you have your level 0 Archer that's 4K and cannot be reversed. But then they send out their level 0 Yosuke Nikata, which doesn't reverse them; it sends it into their hand. Or you have the level 0 Kiritsugu, which sends it to the stock. Or you have Dog Days, which sends it to the clock. There's so many different things like that. But you really can't 100% control the thing. It's just it just happens.
I'm not saying you can 100% control the thing. If you want to use that argument, let's look at Magic the Gathering. In Magic the Gathering, you can have 20 counterspells in a deck, which used to be a very valid strategy. But if you get mana flooded, or if all you draw is counterspells and don't get lands to play them, or don't draw a kill condition, then you're not really controlling your opponent all that much. So you're talking variables about any card game, not just Weiss.
Yeah.
So that's really
I'm not
elusive.
comparing this to Magic though, because I never played Magic. So I
Well, see,
literally
it
have no
doesn't
idea what
matter.
you said.
I'm using it as an example. Those of us who've played Magic will understand. What I'm saying is, I'm looking at the mechanics. You're looking at the fact.
Who does not play Magic though?
Okay, well,
I
to
know,
somebody
Chris,
who's
I
not
mean,
playing Magic,
Chris-
to somebody who's not playing Magic, here's the best way to describe this. I'm looking at the actual technical mechanics and the technical aspects of the game. I'm not looking at the game itself. I'm not looking at it as if it was a card game. I understand that possibility. It could be that I have all of these controlling options in my deck, but I never draw them. I'm not looking at that, though, because that is only a factor. that is present in all card games. It doesn't matter. You've played other card games. Okay, you've heard of Vanguard, Chris. I know that. What happens when you open up your hand? You throw your entire hand back, and then you try to think
of too is that Vanguard, you have the best decks always still can lose to trial decks. Like it happens.
Like Weiss.
More often than it really should. Because it's not like because your opponent didn't really have to do anything. If you did grade stock, they didn't do anything about that. That was not them. That was you. You got grade stock.
Well, what I'm getting at here, though, is that it's pointless to discuss those chances and Weiss or those chances in any card game when you just don't draw what you need or when you just draw nothing but
card games, if you want to say like they're like even as low as like 25% luck, that's still 25% of the game though. You're just kind of like disregarding.
It's pointless to discuss that because you can't control it. Yep. I'm looking at the technical aspects of the game.
Yeah, but you just have control, so I'm assuming this is not control in this game. So. If there's something that you really can't control, like I don't really think. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I really wouldn't call that control. I would just say that's just playing to the strengths of your deck and the strengths of what you're playing as.
I want to point out in chat right now. I'm not gonna butcher this name. Shane Sarchers. So, what about grade 3 game with the -1 soul to opponent's characters as field control?
Yeah, and I pointed out one of those cards to you today.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and then Audrey.
Yeah, but like that can limit them on what they think of and do, but they can just do something. They can still do stuff. They have their response. There's so many different ways to get rid of that kind of thing.
Well, yeah.
Honestly,
you can bounce it. You can move it somewhere else. You can do so many other things. It's kind of like I get you're controlling some factors of the game, but since there's so many other variables that they're just so out of your control. Like
now we're
probably gonna have to agree to disagree then, because I feel that through disruption you can control the game state. It allows you to control when you're disruptive.
I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is that you can control. You can do the most optimal plays for yourself, but then your opponent can do their most optimal play too to disrupt your. I mean, it's going to be back and forth all the time. Like
now, let's look at it from afar now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's step back a second and just look at
like
all the sets.
Or like
how far?
Like the Mars, like the couple planets away. Maybe that's not really choppy. The internet up here with the Martian.
The internet's not very good.
Bleep, bloop, bloop, blop, bleep? No, I don't understand what that means. Yes. No. Now look at it from afar, looking at all the sets together, because there's, like Chris said, there's so many variables, there's so many decks that do the same things, but all the decks do all the same things, but do them in a different combination of ways. So like Audrey said, look at your Kantai deck. You're disrupting my salvages, which can cause me to play a level 0 at level 3 and do damage to win.
That messes me up just as much.
Yep.
If not, and then like the other thing is that if they're not playing salvage, like it's completely useless. So instead of playing towards like a specific way of like the level 0 archer would be playing specifically against level 0 noble versus. So instead of going for just that kind of thing, I would just prefer your standard 3/5 meter and then see what they do. Like they can double 0, double 9 or whatever. They can do whatever they want.
The level 0 archer was just one example.
No. I'm just saying. That's one way of doing it. Mm-hmm. But then you're limiting yourself as well. So instead of doing something like that,
okay,
what I'm 3/5, which is almost the same thing, except that they can double reverse it.
Dang it. What I'm about to say though is Audrey said, look at your Kantai deck. You're doing this to do this to me. Yeah, that's one set in the sea of sets that is Weiss Schwarz. Right. So
another variable.
It's another. There's like Chris said to me, the other day. Kantai had 180 cards in that set. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's almost kind of hard to use that as an example. I mean, I have decks that don't salvage. So, I mean, my Evangelion deck, I don't salvage. My Disgaea D2 deck, I don't salvage.
Right. And it's important to point out that only affects when you actually have a salvage during combat phase, right?
Yeah. During the attack phase.
So you could, you could build an anti-salvage deck then, easily.
Right, and See, and that actually affects Chris as well.
Exactly.
So it's like, I don't know.
I'm limiting myself too. So.
Yep. I was actually going to bring
I'm
up...
not just stopping anyone from grabbing cards. It's just there's just a disadvantage to it.
I was gonna bring something up really quick though, kind of not really, kind of related to what you were saying a little bit, Sam. Actually, I want to say this a while ago, but I've watched Magic matches where control is a thing, and they've gone over the hour mark on one game because they're playing control. Control in Magic is for the long haul, right? Control in Weiss is for like 1 to 2 turns tops.
But there's only so much you can do.
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm saying. I can see it there, but it's not anywhere near.
It's because of the way that the game's designed.
It's designed in a very good way, I think, actually. So we don't have matches like that. So there's not that brick wall you're hitting. You can still, and this is again something Audrey said a little bit ago, you can still win with a level 0 by ramming, right? Chris, you do it all the damn time. And you know you're going to do it.
I do it just to annoy you sometimes.
You can have the greatest damn control things around, but I can still ram you for 1 and still win, right? It's happened. So, like, basically, like, you can build this whole wall of control to stop everything, but in the end, you're going to flip a card sideways, and there you go.
We're all talking about, decks specifically to, anti-salvage. But isn't it just far easier just to make a deck that works well, and then if you get matched up against something poorly, like, it happens. Like,
sure, why not?
Yeah, so, like, Audrey said something about, lighting up a Chroma level 3 from Nanaha. You're just naming one set again, so that's why I'm kind of having a hard time.
Yeah.
That's why I think I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what Justin's trying to say. But at times, like, they're good points, because there are abilities on cards.
Yeah.
Right. No, I do agree that there are ways to sway the game in your favor. But that could all
it just doesn't fall
on the deck you're playing.
There are ways to sway the game in your favor because it's a card game. That's just like a thing.
The problem that I've been sitting here listening. The problem that I'm saying is that it seems like control, or most people's idea of control who play Weiss, it's too black or white. It's too when you're considering control, especially as a game mechanic that you tend to champion. Like, I champion control in any game I play, almost any game I play. I'm in it for that aspect of the game. Unless you always consistently think of terms of control, it just seems like there's too much of a black or white here, and you guys aren't seeing the gray.
No, I'm not saying there's not control.
No,
I'm just saying there's not really control.
I've played against.
There's just not really. You can't really control anything, really, any kind of game. There's just so many different variables and so many different things, so many different aspects that, there's really just not control. It's just luck based. When there's luck, there's not really control.
Yep. It's interesting because we were outside of Level Up talking tonight even about this entire subject, and it's like I can't remember who said it, but one of us brought up that maybe there is control, it's just a different definition. It's within the rules of the game. It's still a control, but it's different than what other people think. You know what I mean?
But I think what Justin's trying to say is that control in Magic is more or less. When you play a control deck in Magic, the deck should be built to give you advantage and give your opponent disadvantage.
Sure.
That could be comboed with black cards and red cards, or it could be all blue, or it could even be all red.
Yeah.
Like my Magic deck, my standard deck, you have no field and you're losing life very quickly. That's what it is. It's all red.
Okay.
It's burn.
Yeah.
So I do agree with what Justin's saying. There are decks out there in Weiss Schwarz that can do that for you, but when you look at it from afar, like I was saying earlier, not everyone will play the same set. Not everyone's going to do that because they're going to play the anime they love.
Is that I've never played Magic before. I never will probably. I'll just never get into it. And you guys see me all the references to Magic. To me, who's never played Magic before, I still don't think there's control in Weiss Schwarz. So.
Well, see, the thing is the problem is just setting aside Magic. The problem I keep seeing is
I don't play that game.
Right.
Well, just like I said, setting aside Magic, I think if you play Magic, it gives you the ability to see what I'm talking about a lot easier. But setting that aside, I think it's really difficult to explain because it's something I've tried to explain in numerous ways, and it doesn't seem to have an effect or that people understand. I can count all of two.
I understand it.
And
I understand it. I'm just saying from afar, you know, just kind of like.
From afar, but see, that's the thing, is that I don't look at games from afar. I look at games from a very close-up technical standpoint. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm a very competitive person in nature. I like to win. And to win, I like to develop technical play, which is why I look at games and their technical aspects. To me, I looked at the technical aspects of Weiss Schwarz and said, how do I implement my style of gameplay into this game? My style of gameplay is control. I have found a way, or what I believe is a way, to disrupt my opponent with a few of my decks. That is what I primarily do in Weiss, and what I try to focus on.
Yeah.
Or if I'm not disrupting my opponent, I'm making it very hard for my opponent to do things to me.
Sure, but like, this is the thing that bothers me, and like, I've seen this a lot in Vanguard. This happens a lot in Vanguard. When people are like kind of triggered and stuff like that. Like in Weiss Schwarz, you know, counting your opponent's climaxes and stuff like that. When, you know, they just need, like, you know, and like they have an empty field and then the least amount of damage you can do is 2. When you're counting their climaxes, it's not going to change the fact that it was the climax on top or on the bottom or in the middle or like the 5th card down. It's not going to change that.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at here is that having that knowledge is still power, and by using that argument of, oh, there could be a climax on
but like, then again, like, you know, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, well, that's a loose argument, though. You're talking random factors that are in any.
No, this happens quite a bit, though. Cancer damage happens quite a bit.
Or it doesn't.
No, it does. It does. But what I'm saying is, you're talking about random chance, yes or no, right? When it comes right down to it, you're talking about the possibility of something. Yeah. All right. I'm not looking at the possibilities of something being right there. I'm looking at the technical aspects of the game, the things that are 100%, without a doubt, confirmed to be true. For instance,
so what you're saying is the stuff that you're doing, correct?
Yeah, it's something I'm doing.
Yeah,
which is
you have no control over what your opponent does, or what they will do, or what they could do, or what they might do.
No, but you can disrupt their game plan. You can make it harder for them to do what they want to do. I'm not saying you have direct control.
I'll definitely say that Joel has disrupted my game plan.
Like, you know, you're controlling what you're doing yourself. So you're optimizing your play. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, there are. Now, Audrey did say earlier. Okay, now I get it. I get it now. Okay, hold on. Wait. So Audrey said earlier. Also, again, I need to re-say something I did last week. This game has random elements. However, good play and application of tactics, you can take a better grip much better than just YOLO like I'm hearing everyone endorsing. Number one, I'm not endorsing it. I never did. So, excuse me. Number two, what I'm saying is that when I look at it from afar, only individual sets do certain things. And maybe it was a bad idea for Justin to bring up one example of one card of one set. Maybe that kind of, you know, swayed my look on it a little bit. But I think what Justin's trying to say is he's looking at the rules and the system built into the game and building his deck to get using that system and being in control of that system by thinking in tactics. Now, of course, you can't predict, like Chris was saying, you can't predict. Like, okay, me and Justin were playing. Hey, I better swing for 2 right here. Or I'm going to swing for 2 right here, just because I can, right? I'm not going to be like, oh, but if he cancels it, what do I do? You know, I just have to swing. If he cancels, he cancels, right? So canceling damage can't really be an argument against Justin, I don't think, number 3. Number 4, I think what Justin is talking about is I have a card that does this. I know my deck very well. I built it. Like, you know, my metal, like Full Metal Jacket, right? This is my rifle and I like it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He knows his deck. He knows what it does. So now he looks at the mechanics of the game through his deck and says, I have this character in my hand that can do this, and I see that they only have this many cards left in their deck. Now, how can I make them take a refresh damage to be potentially fatal at, you know, at 3.3 damage or something like. I think that's what he means.
Right.
And that may just come down to, you know, like just the skill part of the game, maybe. You know, I mean, Audrey said it last week too that you have to learn how to sway the game.
Yeah, and I'm not like saying there's not skill in this game.
Right, no, of course not.
Right, because even Chris has said that a couple episodes ago.
Yeah,
there are things you can do to limit.
There's a lot of skill in this game, but I mean, when it comes down to the most important part of this game is luck. By far the most important.
I disagree with you.
Okay.
And if you'd like to disagree with me, you can take out the climaxes in your deck and we can play.
Ooh, that's actually kind of a nice challenge.
Actually, you want to know the truth?
What?
I sat next to a guy in a tournament who forgot to put climaxes in his deck. You knew? He gained 1 damage away from winning his match. Against a guy
But
who's
the thing when you
playing
almost win, though, and you don't, that's right. It's not.
Oh, man. We're getting into some interesting stuff all of a sudden here, because...
Okay. The glove
honestly,
drop.
I honestly have to disagree. I think that tight technical play and understanding of the technical aspects of the game, I think that can give you an advantage over your opponent. And if you want to
give you an advantage.
Counteract. Yeah, and what is control? Control is advantage. In of itself, control has always been about advantage. Having more advantage than your opponent. That is the whole philosophy of control. That is the whole philosophy of control. Especially if you've played Magic the Gathering. I hate to keep bringing that up, and I know you haven't. But
you need to stop bringing that up.
Any of those
really have no idea. You can literally tell me like Magic the Gathering is about a game where you chew on bubblegum and sit on pink turtles and watch it out the board.
Chris, have you ever played Yu-Gi-Oh?
Nope. Except for
Yes, he has.
Okay.
Yes, he has.
So I just played with you. I never actually played Yu-Gi-Oh except with you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris, what card games have you played?
Vanguard. Let's see, Chaos. I played some Precious Memories. Basically, all the games that require luck. Victor Spark. Anything that's Bushy Road brand.
Bushy Road, yeah.
If that's the case, then I don't think you'll ever be able to see what I'm saying, because the thing I'm talking about is card advantage, and Bushy Road games generally don't like to apply card advantage. Cardfight Vanguard has some, but it's become a meaningless thing now with how overpowered the cards are becoming. But card advantage in of itself, if I can get my one card to take care of 2 of my opponent's cards, things like that.
Right.
Technical aspects like that. When I'm building advantage in that method, I am always that much more ahead of my opponent. And when you do that all game, that little bit of advantage adds up and becomes a huge force. Yeah, cancels are a thing. Yes, I could not cancel at all and die in 3 turns. That is true. That's happened numerous times. But you just have to take that with the territory. That just comes with the territory.
Yeah, I'm saying like Lexus and Audrey. Yeah, I have played a deck that's called 2 Soul deck. Anyways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and those do win quite a bit.
Yep.
Actually, it does work. Yeah, Joel's
should a lot more than 2 Soul deck should.
I've made it an entirely common deck as well, actually, and I beat some a lot with that in one night. That actually worked pretty well for me. But
I'm gonna say this, and I'm not saying it just to squash anything. I'm not saying it just because it's getting heated in here a little bit. I'm saying it because this is actually my observation. I think Weiss is just such a different card. I've said it millions of times before. I've said it on the first episode of Cards in Hand that ever premiered. I've said it on other episodes of Cards in Hand that this card game is just too variable to be all on Chris's side or all on Justin's side. Because right now
I'm not saying he's wrong either. I'm not saying like.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
I'm just saying that doesn't really sound like control to me. Like.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think, but I can agree with. My problem is that, I'm sitting on the fence right now because I can agree with what everyone is, what Justin's trying to say, because I've played Magic and Pokemon. Both of those games are pretty skill heavy. Not saying that Weiss isn't, but I also see what Chris is saying because maybe that's just the person Chris is. He finds a way to get around things. What kind of player he is. I don't know. I've only played Justin 3 or 2 times.
Well, I'm just basing everything off of my personal experiences.
Right.
Like, you go for your best,
and I mean,
do all your stuff. But in the end, if you don't luck out, if something happens, they don't cancel it.
Also, I want to say something here too. Hold on,
It's just part of the game.
Hold on.
Wait, hold on.
If Chris doesn't believe that there's control in this game and he plays and wins, and if Justin, if you believe there is and you play and you win, you both just play how you win. Like, neither of you are doing anything wrong, obviously, because you're both winning games. So really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
We're not saying that at all. We're just disagreeing with each other on that.
Right, which is fine.
I've never said Chris is wrong. Never once have I said that he's wrong up to this point. I have just said that my style of playing card games is, well, any game. My style of playing games is control.
Sure.
That's my style of playing games, and that's what I try and reenact in Weiss. And so I never once said wrong.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's wrong either. I'm just saying that.
No, and you
I'm
know what?
agreeing with Weiss. Some of
and you know what? I think Weiss is exactly, and I think Weiss is the kind of card game, just like Vanguard was, where you can pick a deck or a clan to fit your play style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I'm not saying like
I was a Pokemon player, so I played. Right, and I was a Pokemon player, so I played Royal Paladins. I was able to search for stuff, get stuff on the field. That's just how it was.
Right.
Yep.
Weiss is just that game where you can, if you can find a way that you like to play, that you can win, then what's the problem?
The bathroom's right there.
Yeah.
Guys, the bathroom is right fucking there.
No, I think we had a good discussion. Joel, shut the fuck up.
All right.
And I think.
Honestly, there's no problem. I just think that if you don't agree that there's control, then will you agree to at least that there is some merit to analyzing, understanding, and trying to abuse the technical aspects of this game?
Of course.
Using that as
sure. I know. Yeah, and I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying you can have someone like that faced up against someone who just doesn't really care, and they'll probably be pretty well split down the middle in terms of wins and losses. Mm-hmm. It's like it's just whatever. It happens.
Yeah, and also I forgot to say this a long time ago, but Sam, you already said it. I'm not endorsing YOLO swag in it, right? Because that's stupid. Although I will say, if I'm at level 3 and I have to hit my opponent for 1, I don't care what I hit with at that point. I will YOLO swag level 0 if I have to.
Right.
There's room for even that kind of play.
And I don't know. Audrey kind of said it that way. I don't think that's a bad tactic at all to ram.
No.
That's
if
not.
If that's how you you can win, like I said, if my opponent's at 3, right, and I have 3 one-hitters on the stage, is that not the best possible like scenario for winning? Poke for 3. If they cancel all 3, it was clearly never meant to be anyway. Then it was not going to happen.
Nothing you could.
Right. There's nothing I could have done any differently.
Doesn't matter if they're playing Kantai, Sword Art. No, I don't know. My teammate. Like it doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what you're playing. It just happens.
Now Audrey has issued a challenge here. I think in a way, not so many words. She said, "I'll win 70% of the games." Is that because you think that you have more control over, or because you think Chris is not analyzing like the rest of us is, or I don't know, because that's not what it is at all.
No, I'm not saying not skill. I'm not saying you can't win 70% of those games. And I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm just saying if you took 2 people who played Weiss Schwarz and had them go against each other, whether or not they super analyze the game or not, whether or not they do things, whatever they're playing, they're probably going to be split near the middle. It's just how the game is. It's really just how luck rolls.
Okay, then if that's how it is, then let me pose this question. Honestly, if that's all there is to this game, what is the point of playing? Why bother playing a game that...
It's fun to have it go down to the last game. It's just fun to have it go down to the last card flipped over.
Well,
that's how it is.
Of course,
but it's all
ramming.
At the end of the day, it's a coin flip, right? That's basically what you're saying. Is that more or less?
Well, it really is. If you have 2 cards left in their deck, and one of them is a climax and one of them isn't, That's 50% right there.
What's the point of playing any game? Because you have fun playing.
Yeah, why are we playing a game where there is literally a picture stuck onto a piece of cardboard? What makes this worth anything?
Well, here's the thing, too, and Audrey just said, ramming is fine, however, I'd rather have you ramming than swinging with level 3s and defeating my characters. I can agree with that 100%. I would rather have more presence on the field than my opponent. I think we can all agree on that as Weiss players.
A better player will have a better record, decent record. Yeah, 60-40, I can see 70-30. I can't really agree with. That's pretty a little skewed in one direction.
Then I
propose Yanni, when he went to New York, he dominated here. Yeah, I think he went undefeated here in our regionals. When he went to New York, he lost to some really, really bad mirror match. I think it was or something like that.
Yeah.
He lost to a not very good person at all. They just weren't very good.
Right, and I think I want to propose this when we go to Illinois. Chris and Audrey play their best decks 3 out of 5. And then we can, tally up the percentages there.
I'm down. Well, it's not up to me, I suppose.
I would like to see that.
Yeah.
But then, observation or personal experience playing Weiss Schwarz, that could go any way in my eyes. But, that's whatever. I mean...
Okay, put it this way. If you put 2 equally skilled players up against each other, right? Isn't that kind of the same thing as putting 2 non-skilled players against each other?
Yes.
Isn't that, exactly kind of the same thing?
I think it is, yes.
I think
it would come down to luck, I think it is.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make here, is that you have all your skill moves, all your same things, but the person you're playing against is the exact same way. It really just comes down to luck. That's really what it's coming down to.
Right.
But that's every card game, though.
I'm not comparing it to anything else. I'm just saying that's how it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but what my point is that I don't see how you could base an argument off of that whenever that's a factor in any game. Any game that is not even.
Yeah, but you're saying you're thinking as if I'm comparing. I'm not comparing it to anything. I'm just saying.
Well, no, I'm not saying you're comparing it to anything. I'm saying the only game I can think of off the top of my head that is not 100% skewed in one person's favor, whether it be through luck or through game mechanics, is Go. That's the only game I can think of that is 100% even and based solely on player skill.
Sure, but that's comparing
every other game. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, why would you use that as an argument when you can say that about any game? So why bother using it as an argument? I could say that about Vanguard or Magic.
I'm using it as a point. It's just I'm just saying that.
How can it be a point though when it's based totally on
fact?
Possibility.
Right? It's true, right? So if you have 2 equally skilled players, right? 2 equally skilled players, and they're doing the best plays. They're doing the best thing they possibly can, and they're disrupting their opponent or whatever, all that stuff. In the end, wouldn't it come down to who has the better luck for that game?
Okay, that was kind of awkward. But okay, what about this though, Chris?
Sure.
What about and I think I think everyone's getting a little uptight about the whole comparing to other card games. I think for this kind of discussion we kind of have to. It just is it's a way to cite other experiences.
Cite your sources.
But I'm experiencing from Weiss Schwarz itself, so based upon my experiences, I can go for the best play ever, go do all this stuff, and then if I, take, 28 damage, I lose.
Right. Okay. But what about chess?
I don't play chess.
Okay, that's fine.
Do you know how to play chess, though? Do you know how to play chess?
Kind of.
Well, okay, but here's the thing.
Okay, so
chess is
the only thing. Chess is 100% strategy, 100% skill. But the thing is that white will always have an advantage over black because white moves first, and black does not get anything to compensate for that.
Sure.
Now, in the last example I used, which was Go, that is the only game off the top of my head that I can think of that is 100% skill, because even though black moves first, white gets a handicap at the end of the game to compensate for that.
Sure.
So what I'm saying is you can't really use random chance. There's always some sort of, whether it be luck, whether it be game mechanic, there's always some sort of skewing factor in 98% of games, just because there might be one more that I haven't thought of that is 100% winnable based solely on strategy, not by other factors.
Sure.
90% of the games are skewed in one way or another. So you can say that about any game. So why bother arguing it or basing an argument off of it? It doesn't seem like it's something you can argue. You could say that about anything. So why bother arguing it? Why bother examining it? Because it can be said about any other game. Why not focus on the aspects that are applicable to Weiss? The aspects that
But it's
will
very applicable
produce.
to Weiss Schwarz.
Well, no. Why not? Okay, but it doesn't produce results, though. We can argue canceling or not canceling all night. At the end of the day, either it's going to happen or it's not. We both know this.
And that's such a huge part of the game that you can do all your other plays and do all your awesome little stuff, but that's really what comes down to.
Okay.
It is after midnight, guys.
It is after midnight. Audrey did say something like, if I played Rewrite and I played Can't I? Audrey, again, I have to disagree with you. Like, you're picking out two separate
That's two super specific things. That's two examples.
Yeah.
If it was Can't versus Can't, that'd be different. It's the same thing. You can compare those. It's the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Justin nor I saying luck are not saying luck doesn't exist. We're just saying work around it and deal with it instead of letting it dominate.
And I'm just saying
our
luck is the
game
most
theory.
important factor here. So.
And see, I disagree. I think game theory is the most important factor.
Okay. You know what? I think both of them are important factors. So.
I was gonna say the same thing. I think both are pretty important.
Because everything that's discussed makes up the game. That is the game. It's all those things all put together. They're all.
And I'm gonna say this again. Weiss is just one of those weird card games. It's. I've said it millions of times. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that too much different of a card game. It really is.
It's a bushy road.
Okay.
Because I said this.
Here's an example.
Here we go.
Here's an example I just thought of. This.
Oh.
I hate to keep going on this, but I just thought of this example. If you want to remove climaxes out of both players' decks, or put them all on the bottom of both players' decks,
Yeah.
the player who devotes more time into tact, skill, and card advantage in theory is likely to win.
Maybe.
You would have to take them out of my deck because, quite honestly, you can always just reshuffle your deck through card effects. And also, if you're spending every turn doing everything you can to just move my cancels around, I'm just swinging at you every turn.
Right.
No. What I'm saying is, if you eliminate the climaxes from the game, if you take that out of the equation, that is the current argument right here. Like, climaxes induce luck or whatever, right? If you take that out of the equation, the person with more skill, or the person that devotes more time to game theory,
or the person with more +1 soul triggers.
That's why I said likely.
Yeah.
Will likely win.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The person who knows what to attack, where to attack, the person who knows when to counter, what to counter, the person who knows when to side attack, when to not attack at all, and if their opponent stays stuck at a level, that person will likely win.
Okay, you guys are making my butthole hurt. Okay, just really wait for a second. I'm just gonna say this. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to squash anything or disagree with either of you, because I agree with both of you. So here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this. Here we go. I'm gonna say it right now. Here we go. Ready? Okay, I'm gonna say it. Coming from being in a competitive Pokemon environment, okay, I've topped tournaments. I've won tournaments. I've topped battle roads. My brother is like 7th in the state. I was 26th in the state. I know what I'm saying. I can back this up, okay? Coming from that card game into this, there was so much luck versus skill talk between Pokemon players. There was so much. It got to a point where people were mad at each other.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon's just that kind of card game.
Sure.
Weiss Schwarz, to me, is like, okay, if I look at Pokemon, I can look at that card game and be like, okay, this is going to happen if I don't do this, so I'm going to do it now. Or this is going to happen if I don't draw this. I may or may not, but if I do, it'll be great. If not, then I got to figure something else out. I know what to do right away. Weiss Schwarz, when I look at it, it just is too weird to me to agree or disagree with either of you. So, or Audrey, or Joel. It's just too weird. It's too weird to me. I can't look at it and know right away that, oh, if I play this deck, it's going to be awesome. If I go into Pokemon and say, hey, if I play my Ho-Oh deck, I'm going to dom all these people because I know the decks they're playing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
So, that's just all I
I
have
don't
to say
disagree with you,
about it.
Audrey or Justin. I'm like, I don't know. To me, I really don't really think through my plays. To be quite honest, I really just don't care enough. I don't put enough time and effort into it. It's not really that fun for me. And I feel like I win majority of my games that I should have won. So, I don't know.
Okay.
See, when we're talking from personal experience, it could be completely things. Then again, we don't know how the other half of the United States plays, nor do we know how the other half of the world plays, because the meta in Japan for Pokemon is very different than it is over here. Very different. Very, very different. So I think it might be interesting that we might have to have a Southeast Asia player on the show soon to talk about this kind of thing.
I would love that.
It is 11 minutes past our call time here, so we do got to go.
Yep.
Easy way to end this discussion is Origin Shot. I agree.
Super lady from across the world. Oh my god.
Super leggy from Afghanistan comes Origin Shot. You know what, guys? Next week is episode 20. I want to give something away again.
I'm gonna give some drawings away.
I'm gonna
draw some waifus.
I'll give Joel away.
Chris, you can give me away. That's fine, man. Are you gonna? I don't really know how we're gonna work out.
But I can't use FedEx because if it fits, you don't fit, so you can't ship.
True. I might, unless I can find something else. I kind of want to give away my other Woozer set that I have. I don't know. I kind of want to do that again. Kind of. We might do that. We'll see. I'll post something this week about it. Unless I can find something else. I don't know. I feel like it might be weird giving away a second one. I don't know. We'll see. I might just want to keep it for myself too. Who knows?
And if you like tonight's episode, you can show your homies after we upload it to YouTube, youtube.com/cardsandham, and hit the subscribe button. Holla at your boy. Facebook.com/cardsandham.
Whatever you guys do, don't ever film from your basement in Afghanistan.
Shut up. Facebook.com/.
Your bathroom will not be right fucking there. It'll be over there.
No, it's actually an outhouse, like down that way. People on Mars are weird.
Look at
Cards in Hand
guys.
for that Twitter. Tweet at me, bro. Because I tweet on the Cards in Hand Twitter. I tweet when I'm at a tournament. I tweet when I'm at a game shop. I tweet when I'm sitting on the toilet. I tweet.
He tries to go on the internet.
When I'm in Afghanistan, I try to go on the internet and I tweet. I tweet on that joint.
Look, posting 180 characters does not require much bandwidth. You can tweet from Afghanistan. It's fine.
It's 140.
140, whatever. I don't care. You do all the tweeting. I don't give a shit.
Not really working.
Yeah, not really working.
So I got to give my bro the week. The past couple days have been just really difficult for me, trying to get through some stuff right now. I got to give my bro the week to Shannon for letting me stay here because of the stuff going on in my house. Joel for coming to my house today to help me prepare for stuff that's going to be happening soon, and to just everybody, this show for keeping me sane tonight. So, everybody gets a bro of the week. Everybody who knows me and everybody who watches gets a bro of the week.
I'm going to pause music for a second here. I'm going to come back. I want to point this out again. Every single time that you give me a bro of the week, it's because everybody gets one. I want my own. All I want is my own, man. I've been wanting this for so long. I just want my own.
Yeah. Sorry, you suck, man. You're not that special. Trisha, my fiance, gives a bro of the week for keeping me alive.
Wow, you're giving like a kind award or some shit? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I like to think that you made a technical for
Best kiss goes to
Okay,
Trisha because she's my fiance and she's the only other woman I kiss.
Oh man, you didn't add men in there, did you?
Hey, Justin. Justin, do you have a bro of the week?
Because he's sitting next to you right
you
now.
have 3 bro of the weeks? He's got 3. Hold up.
Yeah, I have 3 because I'm a cheater. First brother of the week goes to Chris, not necessarily the one on our show, but a Chris back in Las Vegas. He hooked me up with this because he's a fucking baller like that.
Right on.
He just gave it to me, more or less. Second bro of the week goes to Chris on the show because while it may have been getting heated, it was still like a really deep discussion, and it was an awesome thing because I really enjoyed the technical aspects of the game.
Listen, I want to pause you there. I just recorded all this to save for a sex tape later. It was deep and heated.
Justin, can you say deep and heated again and like a real low kind of like voice for me? Can you just do that?
You mean like deep and heated?
Oh, there it is, man. Chris has
And
to
then
go.
the last bro of the week goes to Saber's Fantasies because that's what I'm looking at right now on my desktop background.
That's hot.
Okay. Justin,
I also have waifu.
Justin, I'll let you give a 4th one if you maybe give it to me a little bit.
And Joel can have bro of the week too.
Fuck you, Sam. I'm out. Dropping the mic.
He gave it to you with 3 other people.
Hey, Saber's Fantasies is not a person. It's a way of fucking life, you asshole.
I also have waifu as background.
I just realized that I dropped the mic and I wasn't even. No one can even see it.
Yeah.
Guys, I took my headphones off and dropped them. We're out. Music's over. Chris, put your pants back on, buddy.
No.